Okay, so hi there, everyone. Welcome to our videos in psychological statistics. This time, we're going to talk about the shapes of the distribution. In the former videos, which is constructing a frequency distribution of quantitative data, I just want to emphasize that when we are solving for the class width, which is your I, which is equal to the range over your intervals, number of intervals k, we should always round up, even if it's 3.1, 3.2, or 2.1, we should always round up. That's the rule. So we're going to move on with that, and we're going to present the shapes of the distribution, given that we are already done with the frequency distribution and the histograms. So there are two major types, but in the second one, the skewed ones, we have two types or two distinctions under that, which is the positively skewed and the negatively skewed. So we have basically three: symmetric, the skewed, and the positively skewed and the negatively skewed. Let's first talk about the symmetric distributions. So when you say symmetric distributions, the shape of the left side of the distribution is a mirror image of the right side shape. So it's pretty much like this. You have a mean, which is at the center. And if you're going to look at the left side, it will be a mirror image of the right side. So that's what you call symmetric distributions, or seldom bell-shaped distributions, or the normal distribution. We will talk thoroughly more of this in the coming modules. Just a historical note, it is believed that the first mathematician to discover this concept is Abraham de Moivre. The description normal distribution was used by certain statisticians. Some use or call it Gaussian curve or Gaussian distribution in memory of Carl Friedrich Gauss, who also discovered the formula, but making use of the different ways to get it. We have also the skew distributions, which is distinguished into two. We have the positively skewed and the negatively skewed distributions. So when you say positively skewed, it's a skew. It's a skew here on the right or on the positive parts. And therefore, the concentration of the scores will be more in the left. So that's quite contrary to the meaning when you say positive or right. So mostly it sounds like high scores or low scores. But here in the distributions, when you say it's positively skewed or right skewed, it is a skew on the right, meaning most of the scores are low. Okay. And when you say negatively skewed distributions or skewed to the left, here in the definition, in the drawing illustration here below, most of the scores are high. Okay, so again, that's the rule. If you have a positively skewed distribution, most of the scores will be low. If you have a negatively skewed distributions, most of the scores are high because the concentration is on the right. We need to also introduce some of the other shapes, like for example, the uniform shape distribution and the U-shaped. Uniform is almost flat, so almost all of the axes are equal. When you say U-shape, the maxima are both on the left and the right, so at the ends. We also have the J-shaped distribution and the reverse J-shape. You may say that it's quite similar to the skew, but you just need to notice here that in the J-shape, it always goes up. In the skew, it returns down. In the reverse J-shape, it always goes down. It doesn't really start with a low point and then goes up and then goes down. Here, it is literally from the topmost and then really goes up. If this is a skew distribution, this should look like this. It should have some momentum going up. Okay, here in the J shape, it's really going down. Okay. Now, for the last one, we also need to put in considerations the modes. So when you have two modes, we call this distribution bimodal, wherein there are two peaks. And we say multimodal if there are more than two modes. So there are a lot of peaks in the distribution. So that's it for the end of the organization and presentation of data. There's been a lot of technical dilemmas on my part, so I need to do some videos. Anyhow, thank you very much, and I will be seeing you in the next video. So thank you very much.